Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil mursaleen. In this video, I will go over the letter Ayn. If you've already mastered the letter Ha, then half of the work is done. So, in the introduction video of this series, we talked about the throat letters and that Hamza and Ha come from the furthest part of the throat, Ayn and Ha from the middle part, Ghayn and Ha from the nearest part of your throat. For both Ayn and Ha, they are pronounced by the movement of the epiglottis towards the back wall of the throat, which is similar to the movement of swallowing, as I've explained in the introduction video. And in the description of this video, you will find the link to a video that shows the mechanism of swallowing. So the difference between Ayn and Ha is that Ayn is a majhur letter, which means it has jahr, while Ha is a mahmus letter, so it has hams. And this means that for Ha, the vocal cords are open, they do not vibrate, while for Ayn, the vocal cords move towards each other. Another difference between Ayn and Ha is that Ayn has tawassut or bayniyya, while Ha has rakhawa, which means that for Ha, the sound flows, but for Ayn, it only partially flows. And this is why Ha can be extended longer than Ayn. So if you say Yah, you can extend it longer than Ayn. Yah. So now let's practice Al-Ayn as-Sakina. The first thing you need to do is to locate your larynx, and you can do that by swallowing, as I explained in the introduction video. And now you put your fingers on your larynx and try to recognize the difference between a letter of hams and a letter of jahr. So Sin is a letter of hams, and Zay is a letter that has jahr. So if you put your fingers on your larynx and you say S, S, you can feel that there is no vibration with Sin, but there is vibration with Zay. So same goes for Ha and Ayn. For both Ha and Ayn, the larynx moves upwards. So if you put your fingers on your larynx, you will feel when you say Yah or Ya that the larynx moves upward. And so we start with the letter Ha because it helps you locate the Makharij of the letter Ayn, which is the middle part of your throat. But the difference is that you will feel no vibration with the letter Ha, but you will feel a vibration with the letter Ayn. So if you say Yaha, 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 you can feel that the larynx moves upwards with Ha, and it should still be elevated when you pronounce Ayn, but then there was no vibration with Ha, and you start feeling a vibration with the letter Ayn. Another difference that you need to be able to recognize is the difference between Hamza and Ayn. So for Hamza, the sound is imprisoned because it is a letter of shidda, it has shidda. But sound partially flows with Ayn because this letter has tawassut or bayniyya. So if you say ya, 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 you can feel that the sound is imprisoned. But if you say ya, ya, you feel that sound partially flows. And so there are two common mistakes with pronouncing the letter Ayn. The first one is that many people go to the wrong makhraj. So they pronounce Hamza instead of Ayn because they go to the furthest part of the throat rather than the middle part. And the second common mistake is that they have shidda with Ayn, while shidda is an attribute of the letter Hamza, and it's not an attribute of the letter Ayn. Ayn has tawassut or bayniyya, which means that sound partially flows. So now say ya, and yaha. This will allow you to recognize the correct makhraj, which is the middle part of the throat, and also the sifat of the letter Ayn. So after you've mastered Al-Ayn as-Sakina, you can move to Al-Ayn al-Mutaharrika, which has Fatha, Kasra, or Dhamma. And this is a little more challenging than al-ayn as-sakina. So now for al-ayn al-mutaharrika, repeat this exercise. Say ah, ah, and then find words in the Quran that have ayn with fatha. For example, anhu, ah, anhu, ah, azamu. And the same goes for ayn with kasra. A'i, ibadina, a'i, al-ilmu, a'u, a'udhu, a'u, al-umur. And now find words on your own and keep repeating. Inshallah, this will help you master al-ayn al-mutaharrika.